This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with that prize guy. We're here at the National Stadium for the final press conference for ANewDawn. Delighted to be joined. Kelsey Leonard, it seems like only yesterday, you obviously made your professional debut in Belfast. Like, you're ready fighting in the National Stadium, your second pro fight. Like, the 2025 has to be the best year of your life so far.
Yeah, it's all so far so good. Everything's moving pretty quickly. That was my goal before I started to just get as many fights as I could this year. So really happy with how my debut went and so grateful to be on a stadium show so soon in my career. So yeah, I'm excited.
This is a place that's held a lot of memories for you over the years. Like, are you still sort of looking around here and going, I remember such and such. I remember friends and family were sitting here when I won this or that. They give a lot of good memories in this place, but you obviously want to keep going on Friday evening.
Yeah, it's definitely a different atmosphere in here. When you come in, you know it's a stadium straight away. But I've boxed here, I don't know how many times. I've won all 8 of my national titles here, so it's going to be great to fight in a familiar setting this Friday. So.
I know from your debut, people sort of putting you down as this big puncher and everything else. Are you sort of in some ways hoping? I guess in some ways, do you want the fight to go the distance of Friday night so people can see more of who Kelsey Leonard is? Like, if you were to go 2-0 with 2 stoppages, people are going, Kelsey's up to her tricks here. She's saying she's not a puncher, but she is a puncher. Are you sort of hoping secretly it goes the distance of Friday, or would you love another stoppage?
No, I'd obviously love to get the rounds in and get as much experience as I can. I want to, like they say, it's my apprentice year, so I want to get as much rounds under my belt as I can. But obviously, if it doesn't go to different distance, you can't complain. But I'm not going to be putting any pressure on myself. I'm going to box like I usually do. I know I do have a bit of power, but I won't be going out there looking to get a knockout. I'm going to hopefully get the 4 rounds in and add another win to my...
I believe this card on Friday night, obviously it's making history for female boxing. Obviously 3 females fighting on a professional card for the first time. Obviously one of the referees, Podge O'Rourke, if I can pronounce names right, I think he posted something the other day to say it's making history. Obviously it's a big moment. I know that sometimes it's boxing more than anything, but particularly obviously for the female code, which is fast rising in Ireland. We obviously have to look back. They someone that you idolise quite a lot and setting the footprint for a lot of these, but it's great for obviously all the young females coming to watch you that have their own dreams of becoming a pro in the future.
Yeah, it's great to be a part of this show. The fact that there is 2 other female fights alongside mine, it's great to see that we're getting more exposure and more experience that we deserve as well. But especially with the pedigree of Christina and Sarah, it's really cool to be alongside those. It's great for younger girls if they're thinking of turning pro. There is opportunities there, and Jay Byrne and everyone at JB Promotions and the Irish boxing's so active now that there's so many fights so often. So it's great for female boxing now.
Does that make it easier for you knowing that there is so many shows? We know that your next fight's penciled in, but you're not going to look to obviously until after Friday night. But this activity helps you a lot because you've been so used to it in the amateurs. You may be fighting 3 times in a week, where you're now maybe fighting once every 3 or 4 months. Like, that's what you want. You want activity. You maybe want to fight maybe 8 or 10 times potentially in your first year.
Yeah, I don't want to obviously look ahead. I want to focus on Friday and get the job done and have all my attention on that. But we've another fight lined up for November, which is great to just have that activity prepared. So if I can get 4 fights in by the end of the year, all depending on each fight at a time, it'd be great. It just keeps, if we stay active, I think it keeps the momentum going, and it's really good for starting off as well.
Was this camp for the second fight easier than the first? Because I guess there's maybe things you made mistakes maybe in your first camp you're sort of learning from. Like, how was this camp compared to the first camp? You've probably just been continuously in a camp, but does it feel different now, obviously, when you're going through the motions and training every day, knowing that you've already been there and experienced it for the first time as a pro? Is it easier for you this time around because you know what you're doing, when you have to probably cut down on calories and things like that? Has it been easier this time around for you?
Yeah, I think it's been so easy because there hasn't been that long of a time frame, so just went straight on from one to the other. So my fitness was still high, my weight was still good, so there wasn't that much that we needed to pick up on, apart from a couple of things to learn from, like you said, the debut and a couple of fine-tuning. So it was definitely, I think that's what's so good about getting as many fights as you can throughout the year, because you just build up momentum. You don't have to take a long rest and drop off and then come back again. So yeah, this camp was definitely definitely really smooth.
Busy night for the stable as well. Obviously Daniel making his debut, and obviously Bayo in action as well. Like the trio of you, like I think we said in interviews before, Bayo said you're like the Transformers. I think if I'm right in saying like three is the one card from the same stable. Must make the camps easier for you as well, knowing you're training alongside people that's fighting in the same night.
Yeah, I think he said the Avengers.
Avengers.
That was a good quote from him. But it's great. We're building such a good stable, like you said. It'll be so comforting having Boyo and Dan on the same night and having those coaches around as well. But it just being able to train with each other and have the same camp. It's been great to push each other on and have that one goal that we're all focusing on. So it should be a good performance from everyone from Unit 3 on Friday.
I'm guessing it's been easier to freely sell tickets this time around as well, obviously, rather than someone having to drive 3 hours to Belfast. You'll have more people here seeing even before, maybe haven't seen you since you box here as an amateur. So I guess you have that excitement sort of with it as well, and you're going, I haven't seen you in such and such. In some ways it's been a lot easier for you fighting in Dublin than it would have been in fighting in Belfast.
Yeah, I was very lucky. I got a kind of good crowd up to Belfast, which was a lot to ask for people, but really grateful that they all travelled up. But like you said, on Friday there'll be a lot more that will be travelling up. They won't have to go too far. A lot of people from Dublin and Kildare, so really grateful. And because the two guys, Boyo and Dan, are on the same night, that'll be an even bigger crowd from the same kind of area. So really excited. I think there's going to be a good atmosphere, and yeah, really just excited to see what it's like on the night.
And finally, obviously, it's on Thriller TV all around the world. Like you can have a worldwide exposure, I guess, which is a massive thing for you because the sponsorship and things like that. Like you're putting yourself in the shop window for a lot of people out there. It's going, I'm looking for somebody to sponsor. This is a perfect opportunity for you to put yourself in the shop window. And random messages come on Instagram to go, we've seen your fight, we want to sponsor you. That's what you're sort of focused on as well, showing the very best of who you are, so you can obviously get more sponsors involved.
Yeah, it's great to have that platform that JB Promotions have with Triller TV, Fight TV. It's I haven't been shown on anything like that before, so I'm really excited to be out on that kind of platform. But like you said, it's great to get some promotion for sponsors, and the sponsorship that I have on board, I'm so grateful. They just help me get to each stage and get to make all this possible. So it's great to be able to promote that, hopefully a little bit, and promote myself obviously on Friday. It's great.
Well, look, obviously we wish you all the very best. Obviously with the press conference here today, fight night obviously on Friday night. Hopefully see you moving to 2-0, and then obviously we'll see you afterwards to see how you get on.
Yeah, hopefully all going well. Friday night goes well like I'm expecting it to, and then we're looking on to the next fight then and after that. Thanks.
Well, thanks as always for your time, Kelsey. I'll catch you soon.
Thank you.